Hello Libra, my name is Paul and this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. And this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask that you connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there is anything you need me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there we have a Queen of Swords. Very interesting. That's a lot of clarity. That might be a different perspective about something. Okay? And I also want to say happy birthday season to all of you solar Libras out there. Let's put this Queen of Swords into some context, okay? And we've got a Knight of Cups, we've got a Seven of Cups, we've got a Knight of Discs, a Three of Swords, a Nine of Cups. Interesting. Interesting. This is kind of a bad situation really being transformed into true happiness. This is, I think, something very major. I think you are destined to be very, very, very happy, okay? But let's continue. More cups, more major arcana as well. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we will put right over here. We'll put Yin Yang Duck right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, Libra. Okay? So don't even ask. And at the end of the reading, hopefully that will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. But we're doing something a little bit different on this channel. We're a little bit more interactive. If at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that card is, I want you to type it into the comment section. I'm trying to see if we can collectively raise our vibrations, if we can tap into spirit, into source, tap into our own intuition, and discern this mystery card together, okay? If you don't want to play along, that's okay too. But first, let's take a look at an overview of things. We have no major arcana cards over here. Okay, what we have is basically a lot of air and a lot of water, right? We got to sort this stuff out. We got plans, but we've got air and water to deal with, okay? Over here on the Path of the Serpent, this is where we get our major arcana. This is where we get more fire, and we have some interesting water energy there to deal with at the kind of end of the road, all right? So I think something major is really beginning. This is a confidence. This is a real authority that you have over your life. And you're going to have to take this confidence into an unknown future, right? Into a future that's not guaranteed, it's not certain. I think we're going toward the Nine of Cups. I think we're going to be following our heart. I think something major is coming, but first we have to sort out the air and the water. Okay, now I want to talk about, well, I guess we have a lot of court cards right here. Let's talk about these two first. The Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is fire and earth. This is some real Capricorn energy. I think that you have a strong will. I think that you have a very clear vision of what you want your future to be, right? This is the card that kind of sees the end result. You can see the picture out there in the distance, and you're kind of working backwards to say, how do I begin? What do I do now? Right? This is understanding that all of the decisions we make right now are going to affect what that picture is, how soon we get there, and whether or not it's going to look like, what we want it to look like. Team this up with the Queen of Swords. And this is someone who kind of thinks outside of the box, right? This is someone who has a fresh perspective that not only has the spiritual vision, but has the heart to manifest it, knows what they really want. It's not just it's not compulsive. It's not just business for you. There's an emotional connection, right? You're going to achieve this because you really want it. This is a pretty strong combination. This is a power couple here with these two, right? For one reason, because it has fire, earth, it has water and air. It has all four elements, right? So I think there is maybe a little bit of a tendency to be kind of all business. But that's kind of by choice, because you have this water energy and this Queen of Swords. You really, really want this. Therefore, you're sticking to the plan. You're all business, right? You're doing things intentionally, decisively. Okay? But I feel there's a little bit of a split going on between the air and the water right now, between your thinking and your feeling. I don't think you're doubting your plans. I don't think you're questioning how much you want this. I think you have a desire to move past certain limitations, certain blockages, right? You have a desire to grow beyond the Three of Swords or the Seven of Cups. And this is really showing that the way forward to this tremendous happiness, this confidence, this authority, this spiritual energy, is by integrating. I was going to say overcoming, but it's not so much about overcoming. It's about understanding and learning from the blockages, the difficulties, the issues that we have, right? You have a desire to grow. And the Knight of Cups here, this one, is the card of very strong water energy, very, very strong movement in this direction of this water energy. So it's a desire to grow past what these limitations are. And these are our issues. These are our hang-ups, our memories. These are, I hate to say it, this is kind of an attachment to trauma, right? With the Three of Swords especially, it's kind of, it's a difficult card, okay? Because the Three of Swords is us reliving past traumatic experiences and opening up that wound again, right? Or keeping it open. But it's almost like we have to in order to heal that wound, right? Maybe we've got to open it up, clean it out kind of thing, not to be morbid, but there's light and shadow in every card. So the fact that we are recapitulating these issues, that we are thinking about them, talking about them, dealing with them, is not a bad thing. Yes, it may hurt. It may be hitting that same wound again. But it's in order to heal. It's in order for this Knight of Cups to bring us past these issues. Whatever they are, Seven of Cups and the Three of Swords. I don't want to speculate what they are. It could literally be anything. Any kind of trauma, negative experiences, history, addictions, anything at all. I don't want to speculate. They're going to be completely individual and personal to all of you that are watching. Okay. What I do want to do with the Three of Swords, though, is give us a positive affirmation. Anytime we get a 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, or maybe even a 10 of Swords, we're going to pull out the language of flowers. These are affirmation cards. The Swords energies are real troublemakers. Okay? So just to be sure that we're not getting ourselves into a predicament, we're going to do a positive affirmation for that Three of Swords. Okay. And it is the Agapanthus. Words of love, speak with your heart. Now, we could read that in a couple of different ways, right? We can see it, speak with your heart. Speak from your heart, right? Is one thing. But also, speak to your heart, right? Have a conversation with your heart. I kind of like seeing it that way, especially in the context of a Three of Swords, right? We're trying to communicate with ourselves deep down and get over these issues. All right, move past these things, because these are the things that are limiting us. If anything at all it's just these things. Now, I'm not trying to minimize them, but I'm not trying to overestimate their weight either, okay? The Knight of Cups is moving past that. We're moving into a future of love, beauty, satisfaction, fulfillment, happiness, bliss, on every level of being, the physical, the mental, emotional, the creative, spiritual levels, all three levels of being, having abundance, love, joy, beauty, pleasure, and bliss, and all of these things. Okay? We're getting out of this quicksand, and we're getting to this real, fresh water. And it has to do with the movement past these issues. And the fact that we have 3 court cards here tells me that you might be relying on your support system at this time. This is also on a different kind of note. The fact that we have this Queen of Swords right here in the middle kind of, to me, suggests a little bit of creativity, right? Thinking outside the box a little bit. We're thinking above the box. So you're kind of in the clouds. So whatever the work is that you're doing, whatever the life is that you're manifesting, this is a card that says, let's bring some creativity and a little bit of your kind of Libra charm, to the situation. And I think we'll see that we can get to our goals a lot faster with having a lot more fun doing it, A little bit of creativity here. As we move to the path of the Serpent, we see, of course, the Emperor energy take the lead here, right? We've got to take the lead. This is the authority. This is the confidence, the assertiveness. You are putting your plans into action, and you're doing so in a very responsible way. You're doing what you have to do for the good of the realm, right? It's not just for what kind of feels good in the moment, but it is what is best for you and yours, your business, your friends, family, whatever, your pets, your plants, long term, right? And people might not always agree with what you're doing right now, but they don't have the same vision that you have. That's why you're the leader. You have the vision. You know that what you're doing now is the right move to create what we're creating. If other people don't see that, that's okay. It could be why we have the moon here in the position of the environment. Other people are not sure what's going on. This is almost as if you're the person who can see, but you're in a world of blind people, blindness, right? No one else can see what you see, so it's kind of like you're asking the people around you to trust you, But at the same time, they have skills and talents that you maybe are not really immersed in right now. So these 2 cards together are very interesting to me. Because if the Emperor is in that moon environment, you're gaining something from that. You're kind of soaking up this dreamlike imagination, this inspiration, maybe getting some fresh ideas, maybe getting in touch with this kind of intuitive nature, the imagination, the dream state, right? That will advise the Emperor. Okay, I like this. I think this is a really good combination of cards. And I think the interaction between these 2 cards is what allows you to have this kind of creativity and thinking outside the box, right? Maybe this is you taking inspiration from your dreams, from your daydreams, from your flights of fancy, from your imagination, right? I think it also is the idea that others need to trust you, that you know what you're doing, and that you know how to lead in this situation. Okay, both of these kind of ideas I feel are very appropriate here. Now, the next card is that 8. Well, we have the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. Fire and water. They kind of cancel each other out here. The 8 of Wands is in the position of what we don't want. And I feel like this is a feeling of anxiety that we are trying to avoid. And I think it has to do with the work that we're trying to do with these two cards here, the Three of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Because we're focused on this progress. We have this forward-moving energy. But if we stay here to sort these things out, which ultimately in the long run are going to be for the best, and we know it's the right thing to do, but maybe we feel like we're not making enough progress if we're staying in this energy, it's starting to give us a little bit of anxiety. It's like part of us is just really ready to move, but we can't yet. We're waiting to deal with this stuff, what we're dealing with, you know. But there's part of us that is getting anxious. It's getting impatient, right? So the Eight of Wands might be some advice here that we need to explore other things in our life right now too. That we might have to do some other projects, other interests, right? Is there a creative side to you that you want to explore? Do you have other hobbies, other avocations, other projects, right? That might, in some ways, just take your mind off of some of this more serious work that we're doing, right? Just a way to just be free and be creative and just kind of relax almost, you know? Find an outlet for some of this fire energy, maybe in physical activity, maybe in other creative pursuits, other hobbies. It doesn't have to be something that results in a tangible product, right? Just something to do that makes you feel a sense of relief or an outlet for something, right? You have all this pent-up energy, well, go hit a punching bag, that kind of thing. Because I feel like if we don't have that kind of an outlet, if we don't have something, we do run the risk of the water energy overpowering. Now, these two cards are usually antagonistic, right? Fire and water. They don't really get along. If anything, they will create a little bit more of the air, maybe some confusion, maybe some an inability to really see the way forward. But I feel like this fire energy, if it doesn't get released, what it's going to do is slowly evaporate the water that we feel. Remember, we said that you're committed to doing this work, this path, this business project, whatever it is. You're committed to it because you have the spiritual vision, but because you really want it, because you have the heart, right? Well, I feel like this anxiety is going to evaporate that water. Or it could, potentially, right? So what we need to do is find ways to reconnect with that passion, that love, that good feeling. And it could be by doing something else for a while. It could be by focusing on other creative outlets, other projects, other relationships maybe, or whatever it is. To get some of this fire energy out so that our cups can start filling up, so the Knight of Cups can start doing its job and bringing us forward into this fulfillment and this success and this happiness. Okay, I feel like you're very close. I feel like something really major is at the end of this path. But first, I think you need to be aware of all of these energies here so that we can clear the way for this wonderful, wonderful happiness. And it could be one way to kind of repair these cups and make these eights more like these nines, is by releasing this fire energy through acts of kindness, acts of gratitude. That's one thing I didn't mention about the Knight of Cups here. This is the Knight of Cups. It's fire of water. So it's fire energy expressed through water. So that's one way to discharge some of this anxiety or this impatience. Be of service. Do kind things for others. Yeah, it's your birthday season, right? People are celebrating you. The attention is on you. use that, take that in and give it back, right? Pay it forward or whatever you want to say. And I think you'll find that this is a very rewarding thing. I kind of like that as a tradition, and maybe I'll start doing that with my daughter, that when it's our birthday, rather than us just taking in all the energy, maybe on our birthdays, that's the day that we should go and volunteer or give back or just show kindness to others, right? Acts of service. Maybe that's the best way to celebrate our birthdays. Just a thought. I don't know. We are going to now do the mystery card. And I'm curious, very curious about that card today, more than most days. This is the point in the reading where I will ask you to try to connect with these energies and these images, and let's see if we can raise our vibrations. Let's see if we can tap into spirit, into source, and discern this mystery card together. You don't have to play along if you don't want to. Maybe you're busy, you're driving, you're jogging or something. But if you want to pause the reading, I'll leave the camera switched over this way. You can type your answers into the comments section, and we'll see what we come up with. Now, I kind of want to see some earth energy, to be honest, because we don't have a lot of it. And a lot of this, most of this really, is internal stuff. I want to see now that something's manifesting outside of us. So I'm thinking any kind of earth energy here. Okay? Or earth related. Let's see what we have. Well, it's the Devil card. It is earth related, right? Because it's Capricorn energy, which incidentally is the same as this, the Knight of Pentacles. The fire of the earth is the functional Capricorn energy, right? It's Capricorn energy at work. There might be a Capricorn person very, very closely involved with what you're doing here. Okay, that's one way we could look at this. The other way is I'm picturing a goat, right? Cute little goat that is chained up in a barn or a pen or something. But that because they want it so bad, they run and they break free of the chain and they're free, right? I kind of feel like that's what we're talking about here, because we have this 3 of Swords and the 7 of Cups that is kind of limiting. It kind of is like the chain that is preventing us from really getting the satisfaction from the work that we're doing, right? Whatever your vision is for your life or for this job or this business or whatever we're talking about. The Devil is, on the one hand, it is us being chained to these things that are holding us back, preventing us from really getting over here. But then it's also, at the same time, it's that functional Capricorn energy that is allowing us to break those chains. So this is the problem and the solution right here, I think that's a good confirmation card. I think it shows us that we have to look at everything in at least 2 ways, that we need the creative thinking. We need to think outside of the box. Maybe the cup is the cup half empty? Is it leaking? Is the water draining out of our life, of our commitment, our purpose? Or have we fixed these cups and the water is refilling? Maybe the glass is half full, right? It's about perspective. So I like this as the confirmation card, and we are going to do an extended reading. Libra, if you want to stick around, click either above or below in the video description. New Libra readings every Wednesday and Saturday at 6 a.m. Chicago time. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next reading. Okay. I want to thank you also for watching this video all the way through until the end. It really does help out the algorithm, and that is good for the channel, and I appreciate that. Libra, I want you to remember that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we are all in this together.